like to welcome you to Boy Meets Wellness, a podcast that discusses the complexities, celebrations, and challenges of building a wellness ritual as a BOI, a person who is born obviously incredible. You are now listening to Boy Meets Wellness with poet, motivational speaker, and wellness lover, Evolve Benton.
BOI, born obviously incredible, especially when you wear it pretty. Well, Isis, welcome to the show, family. I'm so thankful to have you here. We've been in each other's bubble for quite a while now.
Yeah.
And for folks who don't know you, I just was telling you, I feel like you're a money guru, but even beyond money, abundance, right? Because you speak a lot about abundance mindset, about having different strategies around money that lead us to a life of abundance. It's not just about the actual currency, but the way that we can live. So do me a favor, introduce yourself to the audience and just tell us what brings you joy.
So my name is Isis Love, and I go by the Financial Alchemist. And really what brings me joy is laughter, food, and travel, and just being around dope, like-minded people, and really just fun. Really, like, this is literally why I do what I do, so I can be able to have the life that I want to have with no limitations.
I love it. And you ain't living no limits. I mean, we don't. If y'all are following Isis Love on the social medias, as I call them, because I'm a little older, y'all.
I got my IG up here as well.
Yep, got the IG up there. Y'all go follow that. It's traveling the world, seeing the world in so many different ways, and sharing it with us, right? Which I think is really powerful about you. Yeah. So I always say, Isis, that when we have people who are born obviously incredible, and you're one of them, there's always a team, right? There's always a list of people who are really guiding us and supporting us. So on your gratitude list, who's like the top 3 people that you would name that have really supported you on your journey?
Dang, that's the big one right there. Well, I definitely want to definitely shout out my partner. She's always been there, even before when we were just friends. You know what I'm saying? She's always been there. I definitely want to say my mentor, Mr. Chad Thompson. He's definitely been a pivotal point in my last 4 or 5 years of my growth. And then that last person, I would just definitely have to say my parents, just having them there, being able to talk to them. So I would say those 3 people.
Definitely. That's dope. Shouts out to all of them for, holding space for you. And then allowing you to hold space for us, right? Because anytime we're in these kind of bubbles, we're away from our VIPs, are very important people. So that's really dope. So you call yourself the Financial Alchemist. Tell us a little bit about like what does that mean, and what do you do? Tell us about it.
Yeah. So, my purpose and my mission here on this planet is to be able to help people remember who they are, right? Remember that we are abundance. Help people remember that money is not what we think it is. We get so attached to thinking it's this dollar or whatever, but it's deeper than that. So the reason why I call myself, alchemist, alchemist is dealing with turning one thing into another thing, right? So my mission is to transform people's subconscious mind, their mind, and reprogram it with more positive, we'll just say positive, with more positive affirmations, or cultivating a healthier relationship with money. So it's kind of like a step process. We can go get to the money, but you have to make sure that you're cultivating the money mindset, because you can get the money and then don't even know what to do with it. So, helping people just realize, who they are, what money really is, and then putting them into some vehicles that can bring them some money in. And then when that money comes in, showing them how to put it back into other vehicles and other assets. So we're speaking about the realms of course, Forex. Forex is something I've been doing now for almost 5 years. Something that I love. Airbnb arbitrage. And showing people how to leverage their credit. Like, leveraging other people's money is a big deal. So I'm working on something right now where I'm going to be showing everybody how to leverage credit to fund their trading accounts or to start their Airbnb business, with no money or with any money at all. So
yes, I love that.
I'm doing.
Shouts out to Nipsey, right? Nipsey Hussle was always talking about that, right? Other people's money. And it's funny because I'm from LA. So I grew up listening to Nipsey. Me and Nipsey went to the same middle school. And when he used to talk about other people's money, I think, being hood rich, I was like, oh, he talking about robbing people. He's, I didn't get the
Yeah,
leverage
yeah,
of
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Right. Until I got older and I was like, oh, wow. So, me and my wife, we just bought a property and we ended up running it primarily through her credit because she doesn't have any debt, no student
Okay.
loans. And that's kind of like an example of that, right? I'm still going to be on the deed, but that is like, she's used my money. I had to gift her. So technically use my money to leverage, but then we used her credit, right? In a way that we can as community really create these vehicles. So you mentioned that you do Forex. And I know that we have folks, ISIS who are listening, who are from the US, people who are from Australia, UK, so many different type of listeners. What is Forex? And kind of give us like that, that simple ABC version of what it does. And, because more people are probably interested in like, what does this actually mean?
Yeah. It's funny because when somebody first told me, when they said the word so fast, I thought they literally wanted me to do something for my ex. So,
That's hilarious.
so
I can see that though. I can see that.
you can see that, right? So I just want everybody to know I was just as confused as you. But the Forex market is the foreign exchange market. So in a nutshell, it's the exchange of foreign money. So when the US is doing money with Mexico, for example, Mexicans don't have the same currency. Their currency and their money is different from the currency of our money. So if you come here to Mexico where I am and you come with $100 US, you're really going to get way more back in their currency because of the value. Now, instead of people, country hopping, trying to do the exchange, do it all back, you know what I'm saying? You can literally do it from the comforts of your phone, at your home, on your phone, on your laptop, on your computer, wherever you have Wi-Fi. And so you're literally just trading against two different currencies. So it may be, the British pound against the US dollar, the euro against the Japanese dollar. So you're exchanging currencies, but you also can trade oil, gold, silver, you know. So you can trade everything in the Forex market. It's the world's largest market. It's over $7 trillion a day. So every 24 hours, 7+ trillion is circulating, when the stock market is about 23 million, right, a day. So it's the largest market that's being circulated. Lots of money to be made on there.
Oh wow, that's really cool. That's really cool. And you mentioned like oil and silver and gold. So when you're like trading that, is that particularly in that country's currency? Like, so if we trade in gold from the US, is it like gold somewhere else? Can you explain a little bit of that?
The price of gold, you're bidding against the
Hmm.
price of it. So
Okay.
if oil is such and such a barrel or whatever,
Hmm.
you're trading against the price of it.
Okay, definitely. So tell us a little bit about maybe some of the wins you and your clients have had with that type of trading, right? Because people want to know where the money at. They're like, okay, this is cool, I could do it, but how much money am I actually going to make? Can I quit my job? Can I buy that nice car I want? Like, tell us a little bit about the wins that can come from that type of investment.
Yeah, first and foremost, I would definitely say there's really no limit to how much money you can make in this market. It's more about how much you're starting with. And then the second thing I would have to say is, going into this, it's about a mindset, because it's about compounding your money. If you're going to start with a smaller amount of money, then know that you're going to get a smaller return. But the more you compound, see, a lot of people don't know is that your money doubles. So if I start off with $4 one week, just as an example, if I start off with $4 one week, that means the next week I'm gonna go to $8. That means the next week I'm gonna go to $16, then $32, right? So the power in this, and what I've been experiencing, what I've been helping my clients experience, is that you can literally take this money to replace maybe a second job that you have. You can get this money to pay off, your mortgage. You can get this money to do whatever you want to. The most important thing is to have a plan, knowing how much you're starting with and how much you want to make. So, throughout the years, just mentoring hundreds of people, help people retire, leave out, not work anymore, make Forex a full-time thing. Because, if you really think about it, you can make way more money in a day trading than what you make hourly in a job, right?
Mhm.
So you can make a living from this and not have to work. I know me myself when I first got started, I was living in the shed. I was living in the shed, and so I didn't really have so much income like that. So when I got into this, what little bit of money I had to learn this fast. And so what I started to do is I started to make small goals. Like, look, I know I need about $100 a week to survive. I started making goals and stuff. Start making strides. And before you know it, more money was coming in, and then I was able to put it into other things, right?
Mm.
So I use this. This is not my main thing that I do, but I definitely do use this as a vehicle to disperse out on different things that I want to do. So it's something that I will continue to do to the grave.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
It's a money machine. It's a money machine.
Yep. Exactly. You can kind of turn it on and turn it off when you want to. So one of the cool workshops that I went of yours that I still think about to this day is you did one on NFTs, right? And that was really cool. I think that was maybe like 6 months to a year ago. I can't remember. Time is a social construct. But what's so cool about it is, I'm an artist. I've got a book. I do poetry. I draw, and it was really cool to see like how we can combine that with like it being a digital asset. So and I know that's like attached to like Bitcoin and all of that, but can you tell me a little bit about like what got you into that side of things, right? I know you've been doing the Forex, but what got you into more like the Bitcoin, the coins, and the NFTs? Like, is this just like the self-learning of the alchemist, or is it like mentorship? Just tell us about that journey.
So interesting enough, I actually got into crypto before I got into Forex. I was in crypto
Mm.
first, right? And so, to be honest, I don't know what originally struck me to get into it. I probably heard about it, start checking it out, but it's always been a long term asset for me. First starting off, I was in all these different type of projects, and this is coming out and that's coming out. And I'm not saying that these won't be good projects, but the more you get seasoned in this, me personally, and everybody's different, I tend to just focus more on the longer term coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. Now, as far as NFTs, to be honest, the buzz was around. I was just hearing about it, and I just did a dope photo shoot. And I was like, man, I can post these pictures. I don't know, I'm gonna get a whole bunch of likes and stuff, but I mean, okay, well, what's that gonna do? And so I was like, I think I can create these pictures. I think I can turn these pictures to an NFT. And I don't know about you guys. I don't know about you, but I know I know I'm a manifester. And so I know that when I want something, the right people, places, and everything align. So long story short, I met this girl on a rooftop here in Mexico, and we were talking about crypto and things like that. She was like, "Yeah, I just made my NFT and sold it for like I think it was like 5 or 6 Ethereums of my boobs." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, and I hope I can say this. I want to keep it PG still, right?
No, you good, you good, you good. We got adult listeners. We good.
Okay. I'm like, people sending out titty pictures for free.
Right?
So,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? So it inspired me. It didn't inspire me to go out there and want to do that, but it inspired me to know that because I thought it was like this intricate thing. Like it had to be 3D, it had to be like something like swooped up, right? But it's art is in the eye of the beholder. So long story short, I manifested an agent, got with the agent, Binance. This is when NFTs were just like releasing on crypto platforms. So the agent was just releasing a collection on Binance's platform when it first opened up. And I was the showcase. And so my first NFT sold for about $5,000, which now this was like what, last year, 2 years ago. So now because the BNB, well, the BNB token is a little bit lower, but once it go back up, you can think about it, it doubled in value. And this is from a picture. So that was my first NFT that I sold. Oh, and I have another one as well. So that one as well. That one was a little bit lower. I got around 1,500 for that one. But it just sparked something in me. I wanted to, because I know there's a lot of talented people out there that really know how to like draw and do all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, yo, if I can show them how to go through the process like I did, how to upload it, how to do it, get creative with it, and they could turn around and make some money too, why not? Right. So it was just cool. It was just something that, really landed right there on me. I still do like NFTs, but I'm not even gonna lie, that hasn't been my focus lately. I kind of got burnt with an NFT So I was kind of like, you know
Mm,
what, I'm gonna stick to my law, and it happens. It's not like
yeah.
it's going to happen. You can't be like, well, I don't want to do it because I don't want to lose money. There's no such thing as losing money. Money is infinite, right? You may take
Mm.
some L's, but it's part of it. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And I love that you're talking about the celebration and the challenge, right? Because I think sometimes when we see people who are making money and living their life like you, these, lifestyle, right? Like it's all about lifestyle. And then people won't talk about living in the shed. They won't talk about that they've had some failures. And I think that that's what makes your work so appealing and makes people want to work with you, right? Because you keeping it real. You're not like, oh, I'm just out here winning all the time. No, I'm going through the journey. And like you said, it's if infinite, which means it might be times when it's lower and it might be time when it's higher. So you mentioned earlier that you like to take the money from, crypto, Forex and put it into vehicles. And one of the things you mentioned was Airbnbs. And, I know that a lot of our listeners are interested in house hacking in that particular way, especially when it comes to short-term rentals. What are some tips you would give for folks who want to get into Airbnbs that don't own properties, right? Like they're kind of like living in maybe apartments or, shared spaces. Is it still available to do that? Or is it only a space that someone can do once they own a home?
Man, I say go for it. You don't need to own a home at all, right? I started from a spare bedroom. I had like an empty bedroom in my apartment, and I ain't even gonna lie, like this apartment wasn't like it was like 5-star type of apartment, right? It was a basic apartment. And I was like, man, nah. When I thought about Airbnb, I thought about, oh, it needs to be this luxurious all across the board, this, that, and that. It really doesn't. Then I started to think about, you know, how you have certain tiers for certain things. So needless to say, you can even Airbnb a couch. If you have, yeah, you can do a couch. If you have a
Wow.
backyard, and I'll give you guys a good idea. If you got a backyard, right? You can get a pop up, one of those pop up like kind of silk, not what's that shape? Little dome tents. You can get one of those
Mm-hmm.
dome tents for about $1,500, $2,000. It looks really psychedelic, like really cool, right? Place that in your backyard. Maybe swoop your backyard up a little bit, and they don't even have to be in your house, right? Of course, they'll have to use the bathroom, so you may have to have them in the house, just depending on how your setup is. But you could do so much. I mean, you can even do a tent. To be honest, like I've seen it all. You can do an RV. So if I can give you guys some tips, I would definitely say some of you right now, I feel like you've been researching. I want you just to start. But the first thing would be is checking out your area, right? I will use Air DNA, and just kind of see like what is the competition like in your area? What is the nightly rate going, in your area? So you can kind of know like what your competition is looking like. What are people liking? Go through the Airbnb descriptions, like what are other people saying about other people's places? Because those are the things maybe that you want to inquire into your space. So doing your research on the area, making sure that your area is really close to like stores, things where people don't have to go far if they need to take an Uber. So location is important. Looking at your competition on AirDNA. And then, I mean, there's lots of them, but I know one thing I think is very important is paying attention to events and holidays and activities around the area that you're living in. Why? Because people travel down to go see the football game in whatever area you staying in. People coming down for was it Cosmicon, or what's those things?
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The little comic
Yep.
thing. So
Comic-Con. Yep.
yeah, Comic-Con. So like these big things you need to kind of keep on your radar, because you can raise your prices on those days. So make sure you get a good location. Paying attention to those dates. Your research on
Mhm.
AirDNA. So those
Yeah.
will be three. Yeah.
Definitely. Do you still do Airbnb right now? Are you doing that in the States while you're in Mexico?
So that's a good question. Right now, I just actually had a meeting with my partner to see where we're going to relaunch our place. So I had some places in the States, two in Atlanta, and then I had one here in Mexico. But I'm relaunching everything, let go of the ones in the States. I didn't really like the area so much, and we're gonna be relaunching. So right now, no. But we're gonna be relaunching, especially because here in Mexico, people are always coming here. People travel from everywhere here, and always looking for places to stay. So that is a good stream of income because, like, right when the people check in, the next day that money hits your account. It's the most beautiful feeling.
Oh, I had no idea about that. I didn't know it was that easy right there. That's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice. Definitely.
So they book for, like, you know what I'm saying, 5 nights. They check in, and like the next day or two, the money's coming to your account. They're still there, but you already got your money. So it's like, it's amazing.
Mhm. It's easy
Yeah.
money, easy money. Definitely. That's what's up. So I'm happy you're relaunching that. And, I love businesses that are easeful like that, right? We can have them for those moments. We can shut them down. We can move on,
Mhm.
do other things, and then we can relaunch them because we already have the knowledge and we've done it before, right? And I think that that's something that you're able to do again. So tell us about, like, what is the Financial Alchemist up to right now? Like, what projects are you working on that you want people to know about when it comes to money? Because we're in a recession. Like, everybody keeps talking about we not in it. I feel like even though the numbers might say we're not in it, the emotionality, the way people are showing up, the way people are acting, the way people are spending their money, right? It feels very much in that way. So what are you focusing on right now to not even just prepare, but to thrive through this time? Because it doesn't have to be a time where everything is like negative. It
Yeah.
can be a time where people make wealth.
Yeah, you know what? There's a season for everything. And me
Mhm.
personally, the season that I'm in a student season right now. I'm in the
Mhm.
season of saving up, just like putting money in, like, certain investments, maybe like gold, silver, and, you know, some crypto. So just kind of like saving and kind of just like studying, and I'm kind of relaunching a lot of different things. Well, not a lot of different things. That, and I'm relaunching um my like Forex and credit, putting it all to one thing. So I'm kind of being a student. I'm going to school right now for clinical hypnotherapy, and
Congrats, family.
yeah, I
Yeah.
want to get deeper into the mind. I want to be able to help more people and really understand the mechanics of the mind. So I'll be launching in about, 6 to 8 months my practice for that, really helping people really get down and reprogram their minds through hypnosis. So
Mhm.
so I've been working on that. So I'm just kind of being kind of like a student, mentoring a small group of people right now in my Forex mentorship program. So really been focused on helping these people get to the next level, and I'm just ready for next year. Next year, I'll be heading more into the real estate game, and getting properties, and flipping, holding and flipping, because it's bigger than just like getting properties to make money. Like, if you plan on creating a legacy, you're thinking about getting a property for your offspring. That's, you
Mhm.
know what I'm saying. That's the whole purpose, is set all this stuff up now. Yeah, the money is good, and you're enjoying it, but you're also really leaving a legacy. You're leaving something behind so that your children don't have to follow in the same footsteps as you did. So I'm just, like I said, I'm just being a student. I'm on a learning, more levels of things, more levels of, making money, and just really taking in information, not so much action, to be honest, and just honoring that. Like, I literally just got out of network marketing for about
Mhm.
5 months, and that's a story on its own. So
Oh, wow.
I had to do an interview on that one by itself.
Yeah. How long were you in network marketing?
I would say about 4.5 years,
Oh,
and
wow. Okay.
it's definitely like, not in a bad way, but it's a cult, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
Mm.
Culture is a certain type of culture, right?
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to like bash it, but it's a way of how people think, how people do things. And when you're in it, you still do think, but when you're in something, sometimes you're thinking, but you're not really thinking. And so since I've been out of it, I'm actually like looking. I'm literally finding how to not be me, but just like, we'll have to do something else on it. But
Mhm.
needless to say, it's just it's new, because I feel like you can make money without feeling like you gotta grind and grind. Like, I
Mhm.
worked so hard where I put myself in the hospital before. So
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
you get what I'm saying? So now being at this place where it's like, man, I could just like still make money and still do what I do. So That's
And
what's
make
crap.
it easefully, right? Like it's almost like when you said that, family, I seen a light kind of come from you, right?
Wow.
Like a lightness and an energy of like I don't have to grind myself, right?
Yeah.
Like it's gonna come to me. I don't have to grind myself. I don't have to do that. So that's powerful. So you in the art of being a student, you moving into that real estate, which is gonna be powerful. I want to talk to you a little bit, Isis, about your rants and your love that you put on social media, right? Because I've heard some of them and they done woke me up, right? Like you like get your ass up, like y'all sitting in scarcity, you're sitting there thinking about yourself in a negative way. And I think it's so powerful to see people like us in particular pushing us to look beyond what's in front of us, right? Because that's what a lot of manifesting is. It's believing something that's not in front of you right now that it can come true. And I know that there aren't steps to manifesting, but I know that there's energy behind it. So for the folks who are watching this and they're like, they've seen you manifest it. They've seen you say things and then you've done it. What tips would you get to be in that energy of manifestation on a regular basis? Like, what do you do? What's your practices to help you with that?
Wow. So it definitely is, I would say, continuous work, consistency, repetition, like, yeah. But I would definitely say having a definite purpose, having a
Mm.
clear picture on what it is that now things are going to change. Things are going to change. But if you kind of have a clear picture of what you want to do, first you have that, right? So you have your clear picture of what you really want to do. I'm a big person on the subconscious mind. I'm a big person on repetition because when we was in school, only reason why we had to remember like English class, we had to take those words, we had to do sentences with them, we had to do ABC order, repetition, right? We really school is about repeating. How much can you retain, right? So, so and we're getting hypnotized and we're getting subjectively programmed every day from the things we watch, from the things we see. So what I normally do is I play on my screen in my mind my reality I want to create. So when I wake up in the morning, I do get up pretty early. I get up around 4:30, 5 o'clock. I get up. I got my gratitude journal. I've been doing this for about 3 or 4 years, every day, getting up, writing about 15 to 20 things I'm grateful for. Starting my day off with that. Then I do my meditation. Depending on my day, my meditation can be 15 to 40 minutes. And what I'm doing is I got my audio, I got my affirmations in my ear about what I want to manifest, right? About the goals that I have already laid out, what I want to manifest. I'm putting my focus on it. I'm hearing it. Then I may have picture of it. I may sit in front of, a collaboration of where I want my life to be. So I got my audio, I'm seeing it, right? I may close my eyes, visualize my ideal life, right? Then around my house, instead of doing a vision board, I do a vision environment, right?
Mm.
Everywhere I go, I want to be able to get a glimpse of where I want to be. So I feel like it's a combination of the supernatural helping you, but it's also a combination of your will. Because you can have all day pictures everywhere and do all this, but if you're not putting any action behind it, it's not going to spark it, right? You need that
Mm.
spark to really have it, manifest, and patience, definitely patience. So, those are some of the things I do. Of course, I go to the gym. So I really start my day off with positivity, with my goals in mind, with what I want, and gratitude. Because if you're grateful for what you have now, even if it's not what you want, be grateful for it. Man, it's gonna come to you fast. And I've been doing this. I've been doing this for a while, and it literally keeps me in the vibration of attracting things to me. It raises the vibration, it clears up the channels so things can come to you with grace and ease, So those are some of the things that I do.
Peace, family. I want to give you a gift. The guided meditation for wealth is an opportunity for you to start building wealth and growing your income and having a better relationship with money. When I put this meditation together, I was struggling. I was really sitting in some scarcity. And to be honest with you, that still happens to me to this day. This meditation gives you an opportunity to practice and break through that every day. It also gives you an opportunity to move past some of the negative thoughts that you might have around abundance and money. So I'm going to leave the link to this in the show notes or in the description if you're watching this on YouTube, so that you can get into the guided meditation for wealth for free. I want you to listen to this at least twice a day and give yourself an opportunity to build a better relationship with money. That's hella beautiful, man. I can see so many folks who listen and they're gonna have their environments up, they're gonna have their stuff going on. They gonna record themselves and then they're gonna listen. If y'all not taking notes, right? If y'all not, then rewind. Nah, don't start now. Rewind the episode. Go get your notebook and start taking some notes, right? Because this is what's gonna change your life, y'all. I want y'all to know, money is one thing, but like you said in the beginning, Isis, if we don't have the mindset shift, scarcity is a hell of a drug. I always say that, right? We can slip into that so easily, and we can make money and lose money energetically, even if we got it in our bank account, because of the way we feel about ourselves, our environment, and not having that sense of gratitude. So tell me, family, what are you manifesting for yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I see myself with my 2, maybe 3 beautiful kids.
Yes. You got some names for them already?
Hold on. No, wait. You said 5 years, so I'm gonna be for it. I say, wait, 1 kid. My bad. One kid.
Okay,
hold
one
on.
kid.
I had to think about those years for a minute. I'm like, wait a minute. No, I see myself with at least one baby already, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see my real estate business already thriving. I at least want to already have about 5 properties. I definitely see myself just really in the real estate and bettering my using my hypnosis to better children's understanding of themselves. And what do I mean by that is, like, as a child, it's so important because the first 7 to 9 years, their mind is so absorbent. A lot of things that we go through now is from our childhood. So my plan and what I am going to do, and it's already done, is to create my academy. Now, I really don't want to mention the name right now just because, just don't want to mention it. But an academy that's going to help children tap into their imagination, help them be able to understand money on not just a physical level, but it's a spiritual level. Teaching them about health and health as well, eating healthy, eating good, exercising, and teaching them how to think, to be honest. Really teaching them how to use their brains and think. A lot of times people just don't think, you know what I mean? But if you learn how to really think, because a lot of stuff is you're in a hypnotic trance. You can wake up, you brush your teeth, you don't got to think about that. You drive to work, you know what it is. You're not really thinking. A lot of people drive to work and like, oh my gosh, I'm here. Because you're not really thinking, right? So I want to be able to teach children how to build that, and then also have a successful restaurant business going here in Playa del Carmen. So that's a little bit of what I would share on where I see myself in this 5-year plan.
That's dope. I can't wait to send my kids to this academy, man. I'm gonna hold you to giving me a little bit of a discount since we having this call. You know what I'm saying? Because I know private school can be a little expensive, but if I can get just a little bit of a discount, because that just sounds really powerful, right? Like that sounds like something I didn't have, and I know I want my offspring to have that ability to think, that ability to take care of themselves and do it so young, right? Because like you said, everything is repetition and practice. Imagine the powerhouses that these children are going to be when they become older, right? Like they're going to have so many skills, right? Champions, big time. So before we pivot to our last segment of the show, which is Boy Talk and Hop, it's kind of like a fill in the blank segment. How can folks follow you? What projects do you want them to follow right now that you're working on?
Yeah, so I actually see that I kind of got my Instagram wrong on here. It's Isis_love511. But
Okay.
you'll probably see me now. There's a whole bunch of crazy fake pages out there. So look for the one that has about 16,000 followers, right? And just message me if you're not clear. Like, hey, I checked out the podcast. I want to make sure. So you can find me on Instagram. Also hit me up, and if you guys are interested in credit or whatever, I can give you my free list of credit cards you can apply for based off of your credit score. So you're not just like running up your credit and you don't even know, right? So hit me up in my inbox. I'll give you that list. And then I'll also give you guys an invite to my Multiple Streams of Income Academy, where I share more about Airbnb, crypto, credit, and Forex. And lastly, I will say this Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern, I will be doing like an intro to Forex. So come in, hear a little something about it. And if you guys are interested, I do have a mentorship program helping people just understand it even further.
Okay, dope. And what we'll do is we'll put that, if you're watching on YouTube, we'll go on and put that into the description of the video so you can go right over to Isis Love's page. And we'll also put that, if you're listening right on Apple Podcasts, into the show notes, because we want to make sure that you get in and get this information, right? The time is now, right? I know a lot of us, we spend a lot of time researching, thinking, but if you've been listening to this interview and anything sparks something in you, you found your mentor, you found your person, right? Take the step to get the information. But I appreciate it about you, Isis. You give so much stuff for free, y'all. So before you even make that financial commitment, there's so much that you're going to get, so much free game. I mean, listen to what they gave us today. Like, it was so much, and it was so much, it was so fruitful, right? So I really appreciate that. So let's pivot to Boy Talk and Hop, right? And this is like a fill in the blank. I'm going to give you some statements, and then you just tell me what comes to your mind. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, dope. So the first one is, love is
powerful.
Wellness is
Abundance.
Money is
everlasting.
If you could speak to anyone, dead or alive, who would you speak to and what would you do?
I'm speaking with Oprah. Okay, I'm speaking to Oprah. And I'm going to see what type of projects we can get in to be able to take the program that I want worldwide.
I love it. We manifesting that right now. I can see you and Oprah, Auntie Oprah, chilling in the backyard, having a good combo. Yes. Super Soul Sunday vibes, where you take her into a hypnosis. I could totally see it. I can see it right now. That'll be really...
I can see that.
My favorite food is
pizza.
My favorite place to travel is
anywhere tropical.
My favorite song that motivates me is...
That's interesting. Lately, I've been listening to I Ain't Been Broke in a Minute by Tory Lanez.
Yes, I love it. I love it. My favorite book is
Think and Go Rich.
R.I.P. Yes. And if you could do anything, right, with your life in the next decade, what would it be?
I will take a world trip around the world, and every spot that I go to where people are like lacking water and agriculture, what I would do is there's this machine that I thought about, like kind of just taking around the world, and you can show people how to recycle any type of water for clean drinking water. So bringing that around the people, right? And then teach them a little bit about agriculture so they can grow a little bit of their food. So as I'm traveling and enjoying the world, sharing a little bit of magic with people. That's what I would do.
I love it. And last but never least, Isis, love is?
Love.
You sure are, family. You sure are. Thank you so much for the interview. Thank you so much for the time. Y'all, please go listen. Just go to the Instagram. Y'all go to Instagram. Y'all get so much good stuff, so much love. Really appreciate you coming here. And like you said, we're going to have some future conversations. I would love to talk to you about, network marketing. And then I think as you start to really develop this real estate plan, I would love to hear more about that. Congratulations on the school. I know that, having folks that look like us doing this work is going to be so powerful. And I can't wait to see what's on the other side.
Yes. Thank you so much. And thank you for having me here for sure. Isis Love, born, obviously incredible.
Thanks for listening to Boy Meets Wellness. Stay connected on and off the show by following us online at Boy Meets Wellness. That's boy with an I. Until next time,